Yeah?
Because Son Jarocho started out amongst workers in the fields in Veracruz, it was always done as a form of resistance. It is a music that continues to be part of resistance and continues to be able to have a voice within the community and from the community.
My name is Blanca, this is Oscar and Alfredo. We are part of a workshop the Son Jarocho called Son La Lucha. Son La Lucha was established about 3 years ago. We currently, it varies in terms of members because it's not necessarily a group, it's more of a workshop. So the more students that there are, then the bigger the group is. Everybody generally identifies Mexico as a mestizo nation, right? Descendants of Spaniards and indigenous people, but very few people recognize the fact that it's not just a mestizo nation, it's very heavily Afro-mestizo. And it was in Latin America where the first ships full of people ended up, and so one of those places was in the port of Veracruz. It is actually known that a lot more people have linkage to their Afro ancestry than they do to their Spanish ancestry, but very few people will acknowledge or even know it because it has always been hidden from generation to generation. And so it kind of shifts. And so it's brought over into the U.S. And continuing into the spaces of struggle, right? And so it was brought in and really came about during the Chicano Movement, which was happening around the same time that all the other movements were happening all across the country. And so then the Chicano Movement took it in as a form of protest, as a form of making sure that they were being recognized by a country, because we always say, like, no somos ni de aquí ni de allá, we're neither from here nor from there, right? Because either they're from immigrant parents and had never been to the homeland, or etc., right? When it did start out in Southern California, the music started migrating, right? Because one of the things that we have learned, particularly through Son and particularly through being in movements, is that we understand that music has no borders. And so because the music made it over here in order for us to help with the movement, like in our way, right? And the way that we wanted to was to become involved musically for some folks who wanted to do art in the movements. And then it just shifted. And so now we're like, you know, in the belly of the beast, per se, and so we're out here now in DC.